What's up everybody? In this video I want to look at Indi Semiconductor. We do have some recent news and we also have an upcoming event to look forward to. I will admit the chart on Indi looks quite ugly and we're going to look at that as well. And at the end I'm also going to mention another semiconductor stock that I do see some potential value in, that I am considering starting a position in after over a year of not owning. So let's get started with this video. If you like videos like this, consider hitting the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Check out the links below for some free stocks and cryptos, and let's get started here. Indi Semiconductor. First off, let's get into some recent news. We have this news that dropped on their investor relations tab on October 24th, and it's going over a breakthrough computer vision processor that Indi Semiconductor launched. And these are some key points. It should expand Indi's growing and class-leading camera video processor portfolio. This computer vision processor meets OEM demands for scalable ADAS or advanced driving assistance system vision architectures for mass market deployments. And it provides both viewing and sensing functions via an unparalleled solution. And this is the commercial release of Indi 87540, which is a highly integrated SoC or system on a chip, and it gives better sensing and viewing at the vehicle's edge. Now I am skipping over bits and pieces here, so I will leave it down below for you to read over yourself. But one of Indi's insiders has a quote here, and it says, as OEMs strive to deploy vision-based viewing and sensing across their model ranges, distributed intelligence is emerging as a crucial enabler for the proliferation of vision-based ADAS applications. Our launch of Indi's Indi 87540 is capitalizing on this industry dynamic, delivering high-performance vision processing without sacrificing the power, cost, and size demands of the volume market. By incorporating real-time video processing with object detection in a single system on a chip, Indi is paving the way for multiple vision-enabled safety and convenience use cases across OEM vehicle classes. And this system on a chip is now available for vehicle integration and is currently in advanced development with select Tier 1 customers. Now, shipments of these automotive electric control units or ECUs incorporating vision-based processing are expected to nearly double up from 232 million in 2022 to nearly 400 million units in 2027. And I do believe, we're going to see a lot of growth in the auto industry regarding safety, advanced driving assistance systems, which is Indi's specialty. Now the chart definitely looks ugly, but I am a buyer here. I believe in Indi long term, so my plan is to acquire as many shares as possible. And for me, that does mean buying falling knives, that does mean buying bearish charts. And while Friday, October 13, Indi did create a new low, you can look back all the way to May of 2022 and the price hasn't changed all that much from that low. I mean, in May of 2022, Indi was trading right around 514 and we recently barely broke 5. Now we're back above 5 at 507. I think this is a great time to enter Indi. I do believe in this company long term. And we do have something huge coming around the corner. We have Indi's earnings. This is going to be November 9 on Thursday, and they are expecting a $60 million quarter for revenue. We will see what happens with profitability. They do expect profitability by the end of this fiscal year, which means we're going to either see that this quarter or the next quarter. But this is just great to see them now at $60 million expected revenue. When you look at this company back during the SPAC days when this was Thunderbridge, these guys were pulling in less than $10 million. And in the time since, they've made some wise acquisitions. They've built upon their semiconductor name, taking on companies such as Geo, such as Semio, Analog Devices. I mean, the list goes on. There are so many companies that this company has acquired. And just look at this list of vehicles that Indi supplies chips to. We have so many names here. We've got Volkswagen and a lot of its related companies. We've got Chevy, we've got Ford, we've got BMW, Mercedes, NIO, XPeng, Li. They have multiple vehicle brands in multiple vehicle markets. We have European brands, we have Chinese brands, we have American brands. To me, the list doesn't get better than this. And this is great to see a company that is still so early and they're doing so successfully, in my opinion. I do suspect them to reach profitability, and at that point there will be a piling in. And you can see how much they have scaled. Look at their unit shipments. Their unit shipments have just grown massively. And the best part is we are in a very young industry. There are more and more regulations being put in place that require safety features, sensors, lane assist. All of these things can be done with Indi Semiconductor chips. And the automotive semiconductor total addressable market is continuing to grow at a 10% compound annual growth rate. Meanwhile, Indi's served addressable market is at a 14% compound annual growth rate, faster than the industry. We all know that vehicles are going to need more and more semiconductors in them for advanced safety features, for advanced radar, things of that nature. And Indi is going to benefit massively from the growth in semiconductor chips needed in vehicles. And these are three of the mega trends that they're following. Electrification, of course, in-cabin user interface, whether it's screens, whether it's sensing, whether it's buttons, Indi's a part of all that. And of course, advanced driving assistance systems, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, all that kind of stuff. And here's some of the companies they've acquired along the way. We have Silicon Radar with the world's first production-ready 120 gigahertz solution. I covered that in a previous video. I do think this is big news here. This provides better chips and even smaller chips. They're continuing to work on LiDAR by acquiring LiDAR-related companies and getting tier 1s on board with Indi's products. And I do think Geo Semiconductor, which is one of their acquisitions from a few months ago, is a huge win because it gives them an entry into Japan and Korea, which are very difficult markets to get into. I remember Indi's earnings call, they said that that was a very hard market to crack, a hard market to actually get an entry into. They also support Apple Car Key, they have chips that support rapid charging, and they enhance the user experience with things like advanced LED lighting, infotainment, and Apple CarPlay solutions. Their executive team is very hard to beat. We have so many execs with so much experience at previous successful companies. This list has grown since they've added a lot of new companies on. You'll see the top 3 execs from the left to the right. They all have experience at Axiom, and that was actually a company that was acquired by Skyworks. They have a global footprint across the world now, and like I said, their revenue growth is beautiful, and we should soon see profitability. But let me know what you guys think about Indi Semiconductor. This is a company I'm extremely bullish on the long term. I think they're in a beautiful space. We have a massively growing industry. We have a company that's run by some of the most brilliant execs out there, and we have amazing revenue growth that we should continue to see. Now, I want to quickly glance over another stock that I want to cover on some future videos. I do see a potential entry point here. I want to talk about AMD. There's another semiconductor stock, and I do think long term this is a great company. I'm currently using an AMD processor. I've got AMD Radeon GPUs, and earnings is coming up, so there's a little bit of uncertainty here. They have had better quarters where revenue is concerned, so I'm watching for a slight earnings miss, maybe a little pullback under $90. I do want to buy this in a zone from 80 to 90. We have a lot of history trading in that zone, and while sometimes it does break under 80, typically that is pretty short-lived. And so far, every break under 80 has been a great buying opportunity. That said, I would start placing my buys right under $90 and go from 80 to 90 and really start building a position here. So I'm watching for earnings on this one. If they miss, if we have any little bit of fear, I think we can get in under $90. That said, it already has dropped pretty considerably recently from 130 down to 95 just about. And if you believe in this company long term, I think, you know, the difference of buying 90, buying 94 is somewhat insignificant. And right now, AMD to me is a good company to own and at a pretty good price currently. I haven't been in this company for a couple of years now, so I'm looking forward to potentially starting a position in AMD. But you can see over the long term just how much their revenue's grown. We're talking about a profitable company here, a very large semiconductor company, very successful company. Only 5-6 years ago was pulling in under $1 billion. And now expecting a $5.7 billion quarter. They have had some better quarters in the past where revenue is concerned, but that said, I still think this company is going to continue to see overall year-over-year revenue growth, and it is a great company to get in. But thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about Indi and AMD. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one.